Last night, the Giants let one get away at Turner Field as the Braves tied the game in the 9th inning and won it with a walk-off in the 11th. Now, the best cure for a tough loss could be Madison Bumgarner. The Giants ace will try to say goodbye to Turner Field in style in the final game of the series. Giants-Braves next. One last time, we come to you from Turner Field here in Atlanta as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is Game 4 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants suffered 2 tough losses last night. They lost the game, which was a significant loss, but even more so, the loss of Hunter Pence. So what do? How do you bounce back? You get a short night's sleep, and you hand the ball to Bum.
Well, Madison Bumgarner has always pitched well in this ballpark against this organization, and you hope that it continues today, which is the last time the Giants will ever play baseball on this field here in Atlanta. And you hope that the offense can pick up some slack, whereas Hunter Pence was leading this team in RBIs. Now you need some other contribution in that regard. That will be the key today. Giants need some money hits, and they need to come through in those money hits.
All right, should be fun as the Giants, after the game, will head to St. Louis and watch the Warriors. It's all about Madison Bumgarner today. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our CSN Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's back. The Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
You're checking downtown Atlanta. Day baseball here in the South. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 84 degrees here at the yard. You had light winds, humidity at 54%, and it is a bit hazy. Today's lineup looks like this. It'll be Span, Panic, and Duffy. Buster Posey back in after a long night behind the dish last night. Belt will hit fifth. And Belt on the road trip. He's got a couple of big flies. Followed by Crawford, Parker, and Blanco, and Bumgarner on the hill.
On the hill today for the Atlanta Braves will be the right-hander Aaron Blair. Aaron Blair, 6'4", 250-pounder. He's a rookie. And let's take a look at what he has done in 6 starts. 0-3 with a 6.67 ERA. Has not fared well. 13 strikes against 14 walks and 33 hits allowed. He's a guy who's going to give you a low 90s fastball with a curveball and a changeup. Aaron Blair came over to the Braves in the trade that sent Shelby Miller to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Aaron Blair. Starting in the outfield of the Braves will be Smith, Inciarte, and Francoeur. Great arm in right field with Francoeur. Castro, Garcia on the left side. Darno, Freeman on the right side. Tyler Flowers, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs. Aaron Blair 0-3 lifetime against the Giants.
There's a pitch high. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So we get started at 12:10. That's right on time. Span hitting in the leadoff spot as usual at 267. A couple of home runs. 21 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
I believe I said Aaron Blair was 0-3 against the Giants. He's 0-3 in his career. I mean, he's never had a win, and this is the first time he's ever faced the Giants. Clear that up.
I was hoping he'd do that. And we didn't get much sleep last night.
No excuse.
And the 1-2 to Span, and it's down low. The home plate umpire is Jeff Kellogg. John Tom Payne is at first, Alan Porter at second, Paul Nauert at third.
Jeff Kellogg, good zone to pitch to, very steady zone. It's a big zone. He likes the ball low. He'll give a little width on both sides of the plate. You prove to him you can throw strikes.
Tap foul, so Span stays alive. There's the trade Mike was talking about.
Well, Aaron Blair, Ender Inciarte, and then Dansby Swanson, the #1 overall pick in 2015 out of the Arizona organization for Shelby Miller and Gabe Spire. It remains to be seen how it's all going to play out. It's going to take a little time to define that one.
2-2 pitch to Span. 3-2. Span on the road trip has 7 hits in 21 at bats. Hit a home run in Colorado. Right now trying to lead off the game by reaching for Joe Panic. And he rolls it foul. Giants on the trip are 3-3. Very disappointed in their loss last night, making the manager very unhappy with all that transpired last night. The injury to Hunter Pence. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. And the walk to Span. So that's how this game gets started. And Joe Panic's coming up. Hunter Pence goes on the disabled list, which we all expected. And Mac Williamson is added to this 25-man roster. I have not heard if he's here, and we'll try to find that out.
He should be here shortly.
And a strike to Joe Panik. 4 for 18 on the trip. A couple of RBIs, a couple of walks. He was 0 for his last 7 and just 4 for his last 28. Outside to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Duffy on deck. Giants 17-11 on the road. Span is being checked on. They're 4-5 against the National League East.
Well, he made it. Mac Williamson here. His flight landed about 11:20, so he got here ASAP.
We used to watch it happen all the time, and I don't think it quite happens as much as it did when we played. Panik pops it up. Could be playable for Garcia. It is playable. Went out. And that's the amount of time it takes you to get from AAA to the big leagues compared to the amount of time it takes you to go from the big leagues back to AAA.
Well, it's 3 times slower to go from the big leagues to the minor leagues. You get the call. It's amazing how you can go from nowhere to a big league city. Record time
in less than 24 hours.
But really, I mean, the Giants needed Mac Williamson to represent. So he is here. Got here before first pitch. So they're full force at 25 guys.
Duffy hitting at 243. And he takes one right down the pipe. Duffy 3 for 18 on the trip. So the 2 guys hitting back to back, Panik and Duffy, just trying to get a roll going. Duffy's at bats have been getting better and better. And that pitch is high.
I would look to see the Giants just try to establish some kind of running game today against Blair. He's not the quickest out of the stretch, and Tyler Flowers, the catcher for the Braves, does not have that strong of an arm. There is opportunity here.
Span goes. And the throw. And Span makes it. Everything that my partner said turned out to be true. Stolen base number 7 for Denard Span.
You can see the lack of speed on the throw from Flowers. He just doesn't have a good arm. I mean, everything for Flowers to throw out a runner, it kind of depends on the guy on the mound. He really has to cheat to give his catcher a chance, and I don't think Blair is capable of doing that. So it's a double thud against the Braves, and I think the Giants will try and do that a lot today.
No swing. 3 balls and 1 strike. All right. Try sunglasses. See if that helps. Oh my gosh.
Are you good now?
Yeah. 3-1. Check swing grounder to second. And Duffy's going to be retired, and he is not going to be happy with that. Is that a 3-1 pitch?
Yeah. And a check swing. You're right. He's not going to be happy. I mean, you'd rather strike out, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Get a rip.
The problem is you work to get it to that count. Buster Posey at 264. 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And he waves at the first pitch, and it's no balls and 1 strike. 6 for 23 on the trip with a couple of home runs. And he is 0 for his last 11. and 0 for 10 in this series. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that could be a bit misleading, though. He had an 0 for 5 last night, but 4 of those at bats, he hit the ball right on the nose.
That's correct. Down low, blocked by Flowers, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Braves give Posey the line in left field. They bunch the gaps in the outfield. Slight play him away. See the left fielder Malik Smith is way off the line, so there's opportunity down that side of the field for Posey.
Down the right field line, that's going to curl into the seats, foul. So Blair staying away from Buster Posey. Lifetime .314 hitter with runners in scoring position. That's something you can hang your hat on.
Buster Posey raised 150 miles away from here. A Braves fan as a kid. This was the ballpark he came to as a kid.
Look out, it's 3-2.
And today he's going to play in it for the last time. I mean, there's such finality when you say that. I mean, it's Braves aren't going to the playoffs this year unless something miraculous happens. I mean, this is it.
Well, we were talking on the bus coming out here. AT&T Park is only 3 years older than this one, or 3 years younger, I beg your pardon. Posey takes ball 4.
All right, time for our Togo's big play. The Togo's way. And last night, Brandon Belt, with 2 strikes and 2 outs, stepped in against Williams Perez. One guy on and does this. Hits a ball into the bleachers in right field. It was a 2-run shot for Belt, his 6th home run of the year. And we say that's good enough to be our Togo's big play. The Togo's way.
27 RBIs. Belt with a chance to give the Giants an early lead on the trip. Is that a good trip? He's 10 for 21 with a couple of home runs. He's got 4 doubles on the trip. Balls it foul. No balls and 1 strike. The other guy who's having a good trip is Gregor Blanco, 9 for 21. '24th pitch of the inning for Blair. Here it is to Belt. And Belt hits a fly ball to center field that should end the inning. It will. And the Giants will strand a pair. Bumgarner coming out. Braves are coming up. First, the lineup that'll be facing Madison Bumgarner. Inciarte d'Arnaud and then Freddie Freeman hit the walk-off last night. It'll be Francoeur, the former Giant. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Garcia, Flowers, and Castro. Aaron Black will hit in the A spot, and then Blair, and then Malik Smith will hit ninth.
On the hill today for the Giants will be Madison Bumgarner, the left-hander, 6'5", 250-pounder. He's 27 years old, and for Bumgarner, he's in his 7th year at the big league level. 3-time National League All-Star. This is start number 12, 6-2 with a 2.12 ERA with 83 strikeouts and 22 walks, and then 11 starts. Giants are 8-3 in his outings, and they have won each of his last 7 trips to the mound. For Bumgarner against the Braves, lifetime 5-3 with a 2.92 ERA. Here at Turner Field, he's 3-1 lifetime with a 1.31 ERA. So he likes throwing here. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Bumgarner today. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Span, and Parker. Crawford, Duffy on the left side of the infield, Panic and Belt on the right side. Buster Posey, day game after night game, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Inciarte to lead things off, hitting at 220. And a strike to Ender Inciarte. This is on the ground to Belt. Belt to Bumgarner, who's hustling over, and they just get the speedy Inciarte, 1 out.
Any hesitation from Bumgarner, that's going to be a base hit with Inciarte. He gets down on line well. Not a whole lot of backswing, gets out of the box, and he is thinking, I could beat this out. It's a foot race. Inciarte, Bumgarner, big fella, gets his size 14 in there in front.
Here's Chase d'Arnaud. Not a lot of at-bats for d'Arnaud, but still having a good year. He's hitting .340. Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. He's got 2 hits in this series against the Giants, 2 for 4. This has been a long homestand for these Braves. Markakis, who is not playing today, had 31 at-bats on this homestand. Pitch runs inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
d'Arnaud, a Southern Californian, with the Pepperdine University. Lives in Long Beach. That's Matt Duffy country.
Pulls it foul as Bumgarner tried to get in there.
He's got a quick pat middle in. Saw it last night. He almost hit a ball out of the ballpark down the left field line off of Albert Suarez. The ball you would have sworn was off the plate end.
Lifts one in the left field, a base hit. This was the pitch and swing that ended the game. He's got an uppercut. And if you get it in the right spot, he can end it quickly, and he did.
And for Derek Law, it was a first pitch breaking ball. He wants to throw over and get a strike. Elevated just a little too high, and it absolutely met the uppercut in a perfect way, and that was it.
Swing ain't gonna miss. Freeman 5 for 22 against Bumgarner lifetime. He does have a home run against the Giants lefty. Mentioned the long homestand for these Braves. Freeman's had 37 at bats on the homestand with just 6 hits.
And he's been in a funk. The month of May was not good to him. He does a lot of things so unconventional. I mean, he wraps the bat a little right behind his neck. He's got a little lift with an uppercut. His bat kind of comes into the strike zone. It doesn't stay flat. It kind of dips in, dips out. But, I mean, he's had some big years, and he's put some average up. You look at his swing, and it's certainly not the type of swing that you would teach. But he makes it work.
I have not seen him ever choke up, but he is against Bumgarner. As he drives this one into the gap, Parker's not going to get it. And the Giants catch a break. It bounces into the seats. So it'll be a double.
You think he's happy to be out of the month of June?
Yes, I do.
Good low ball hitter naturally. That's exactly what he gets. Down and in, right into his swing. And when he makes contact, it was loud. The break the Giants catch is when one hops over the wall and it becomes a ground rule double, and everybody has to stop. Chase Darno would have scored standing up.
Here's Francoeur hitting at .291. When Francoeur was with Philadelphia, he had a grand slam off of Bumgarner. And he will swing. It's no balls and one strike. Down low this time, Francoeur takes a look at it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Francoeur started out his career here in Atlanta. He's a local kid, and after stopping in a number of different places, here he is back home again. Two balls and 1 strike. Bumgarner probably isn't even interested in this, but he does have a base open.
Now he's trying to strike out Francoeur. He knows he'll chase.
3-1. Foul back. Francoeur, Braves, Mets, Rangers, Royals, Giants, Padres, Phillies. Braves.
He's America's guest.
He's played in every possible great golf course in the United States.
No doubt.
And maybe Canada. 3-2 pitch. Got him.
Reaches back at a 3-2 fastball and blows him away. Saw the target for Posey. He wanted to elevate above the letters. That's a high target, but this goes outside and out of the strike zone. He chases ball 4. So Bumgarner gets the strikeout he wants.
Garcia hitting at .240. And Bumgarner tries to jam him. It's a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Adonis Garcia from Ciego de Ávila, Cuba.
And a strike called by Jeff Kellogg. 1 ball and 1 strike. Flowers is on deck. We are in the bottom of the 1st inning. Foul back, 1-2. Giants will head out of town. So will the Braves. Braves are headed to Los Angeles. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bumgarner pitches through trouble. Second inning coming up, and Brandon Crawford will do the honors.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free Giants all-season blanket. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/Giants or to a AAA branch for details.
Well, Giants fans, come out to Pete's Coffee on Tuesday, June 7th from noon to 1 o'clock. There'll be Giants players there. That's right. Denard Span, Javier Lopez will serve up coffee drinks at Pete's celebrity fundraising events benefiting the Denard Span Foundation and Juma. You can meet Span at Pete's in the Ferry Building and Lopez at Pete's on Chestnut Street in San Francisco. And while you're there, you can also get a free limited edition co-branded coffee mug with a purchase of $20 or more. So check it out.
Both those guys, grade A quality. 1-0 to Crawford, and Crawford takes a strike. What has Crawford done on this trip, you ask? 4 for 20. The 1-1. Here it is. Foul off the Flowers glove. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crawford, a little pop-up for Garcia at third. He'll put it away. And here's Parker. Parker's had 16 at-bats on this trip. He's 4 for 16.
Giants need to get him going. I mean, that's the hope. With Hunter Pence going on the disabled list, they need somebody to step up. Parker would be a great candidate.
Yeah, get September hot.
Well, that's the way he was last year. I mean, he went up there and he wasn't wondering if he was going to hit the ball. It was just a matter of how hard he was going to hit the ball. It's the confidence he had.
And this is a base hit up the middle, and it's the first hit for the Giants. And Parker's going to go for 2, and he probably could have even gone for 3. Looked like Inciarte got his rollerblades on.
Well, it's going to be a single and an error on Inciarte, the center fielder. And he's thinking, all right, I got this one. And then, whoops, hits him right on the foot.
He wanted to hand it to Francoeur, and Francoeur just wasn't looking. Well, it puts Parker into scoring position. And the pitch is wide, 1 ball and no strikes.
It just seems like a little innocent thing, but hey, look, that's a 90-foot mistake. Now you get your runner in scoring position. And as you mentioned earlier, Blanco's having a good road trip. Swinging it well.
Swing, ain't gonna miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're talking about Blanco. See what he's done the last 8 games. I mentioned earlier what he's done on the road trip. 9 for 21. This little pop-up is going to reach the seats.
The guy brought his glove. Not a bit.
Bumgarner to follow. Ball gets away and Blanco's thrown out. So here's Bumgarner trying to help his own cause.
He ought to do it with 2 outs. That was the first strikeout of the day from Aaron Blair. But Bumgarner more than capable.
More than capable. 3 RBIs on the season. He had a sacrifice fly in his last start in Colorado. And he looks at a strike, and you can tell his body language was, ugh. What was I doing taking that?
Oh, he's looking breakable.
But he will not take another one. On the ground into the hole. And Garcia throws him out. Giants strand Parker. Flowers, Castro, and Blair coming up. 0-0. Central Warriors and Cavs, game 1. That'll be tonight. And coverage on CSN Bay Area will begin at 4:30. And you can check it out before and after every Warriors playoff game, hosted by Greg Papa, who will use that as an excuse as to why he was not part of our show this morning.
Yeah, that was such a tired excuse. I expect so much more.
Some guys can play too, other guys can't. And we just learned today that Greg Papa can't.
Yeah, well, he probably got in around 7 in the morning, so.
You say he was out on the town?
Well, I'm just saying.
Here's Flowers. Flowers a swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. Flowers hitting .261. Daniel Castro and then Aaron Blair. Bottom of the 2nd. Bumgarner pitched through some trouble in the 1st. And this is skied to left. I'm going to say Flowers is thinking he just missed this one. What do you think?
He just got underneath it. That's exactly what he's saying.
The fact that this outfield was built to handle deep fly balls, the ball still will carry here, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a ballpark that's higher altitude than most ballparks.
First pitch is down low.
Atlanta is 1,050 feet. I mean, and there's carry because of it.
Big chopper to Crawford. Crawford. Brandon to Brandon. 2 outs.
It used to be where everything stacked up against the pitcher in the old ballpark, Fulton County Stadium. It was a smaller dimensional ballpark. And the ball just jumped, and when it got hot, he had the altitude. It was just a bandbox.
I mean, wasn't it called the launching pad?
It was called the launching pad.
I mean, that was long before the smaller ballparks and Coors Field and all that other stuff. The launching pad. Here's Blair, 1 for 7, and he takes a strike.
And this is a symmetrical ballpark for the most part. I just am anxious to see what the new configuration will be when the Braves move into their new home next year.
Bring the teepee back too.
You missed the teepee. Chief Nakahoma. Did you have the teepee when the Braves were in Milwaukee?
I think they did for a little while. Yeah. 1-1 pitch. Hit into right center field. Span is going to get there though, and he'll put it away. So we learned something about Aaron Blair. Looks like he can swing the bat a little bit. Top of the order for the Giants. 0-0.
Baseball on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, the Dodgers coming to AT&T for a 3-game series June 10th through the 12th, and on Sunday the 12th, first 30,000 fans will receive a vintage gray SF cap presented by Dignity Health. You need tickets? Go to sfgiants.com/tickets.
Span opened the game up with a walk, and he was stranded at third. Span, Panic, and Duffy against Aaron Blair. And the pitch. Outside and high, 1 ball and no strikes. Beautiful day here in Atlanta. Fans have been here since Sunday night. We always enjoy our visits to Atlanta, as this is hit on the ground to second. 1 out. SunTrust Stadium or ballpark. This is a rendering, and if you look at that, Mike, it looked like it may be symmetrical.
Yeah, it does.
It's not likely they're going to change too much from what their franchise is used to. It looks beautiful.
Going to be a hotel close by. Giants are wondering where they're going to stay next year. As it is, they stay out in Buckhead, which is north of the ballpark. It'll be about 5 miles from the new ballpark. I would imagine we'll stay in the same hotel the Giants are using now. It's a good one.
Panic takes low, 2-0.
But the big improvement, not only with the new ballpark, although we love this one, is going to be accessibility in and out of the ballpark, getting to and from the park, from the surrounding areas.
Yeah, if it's possible. The traffic is worse here than in the Bay Area. It is possible.
I don't know.
I mean, Joe Simpson came in and said, "How do you like our LA traffic these days?"
Well, he hasn't spent a whole lot of time in downtown San Francisco right now.
There's a strike, 3-1. Duffy on deck. Panic trying to reach with 1 out. And this is going to be Freddie Freeman. 2 outs. Bringing Duffy to the plate.
So Aaron Blair starting to sink in to a pretty nice rhythm here, and all of a sudden we're seeing a lot of ground balls.
Not sure what this conference is about.
Hey, he had to run to cover first base. They need to give
There
him a
you
breather.
go.
It's hot out there.
A little winded.
I mean, we're just kidding. I hope that's not the reason for the meeting on the mound.
Duffy bounced out to second. Popped it up. Shallow center field. Now Inciarte is calling off d'Arnaud, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Blair. Smith, Inciarte, and d'Arnaud coming up. choice. Last night, Albert Suarez, his first major league start, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He threw 76 pitches, and there were times of this ball game where he was absolutely dominant. Also picked up his first career hit and his second RBI. Here's Smith, who takes a strike.
Well, the way that Suarez went about his business last night with the efficiency of how he used the strike zone, used all of his pitches, had movement, got ground balls. That's what excited the Giants. The fact that he took a nice outing into the 6th inning and he gradually started to elevate, and then they started letting him know very quickly that his stuff was starting to fade. They didn't care. What they saw the first 5 innings impressed them to the point where they're thinking, all right, he's going to make more starts. We'll stretch him out. We'll get that arm stronger.
Crawford backpedaling, and Crawford will put it away. Here's Inciarte. I guess the first information on how the voting's going for the National League All-Star team came out today.
Well, what did it say?
Well, it says that we're not voting enough.
Well, we got to start voting.
Span coming in. And what made me think of that is watching Crawford catch that pop-up. And I know guys like Trevor Story and Addison Russell, they're all having good years. But I look at Crawford and say, who's better than that guy?
Nobody.
So unsolicited push is what it boils down to.
And I'll bet there were a lot of Cubs on the All-Star team right now. Deservedly. I saw on Twitter John Lester, who threw a complete game yesterday against the Dodgers. His personal catcher, David Ross, he's making a case for David Ross to be an All-Star.
Absolutely. I'm making a case for you, and you haven't pitched in 25, 30 years.
I'll write you in 2 parts.
Let's go. You know, and I may decline. I'd like the time off. What about you?
No, San Diego.
Go?
Come on, let's go.
All right.
Kidding me?
2 balls and 1 strike. Stay at Ocean Beach. Run Krukos and Kuipers, rent a house like we did that one year. Where were we? Rosarita Beach?
Rosarita Beach. That was fun. We watched the game at the Rosarita Beach Hotel.
Yeah, we watched it in Spanish. Bumgarner wanted to know where that was. 3-1.
I think he's got a pretty good question there. Jeff Kellogg, you don't normally have many problems with his strike zone. He's good.
Well, d'Arnaud's had 3 hits against the Giants and limited at bats, and he's going to get a pitch to hit here. But he decided not to swing at it. 3-2.
I don't think he was looking for a hard cutter down around the knees.
Pokes one to right, and he's got another hit.
So d'Arnaud's got the magic wand-do going.
So here's Freeman. Freeman doubled over the 1 hop over the wall in right center field. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Right at him with 91 with the cut.
Just off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good 0-1 pitch there.
Yeah, he's unhappy.
And they set the outside target. This thing cuts across. Nice stick job there by Buster Posey. Give Jeff Kellogg a good look. Well, he caught that. I mean, he almost got the strike.
High and foul and out of play. It almost hit a guy that was selling hot dogs or something. Maybe a security guy. There he is.
He's got to make a play.
Yeah, he was talking. He landed right behind him. Here he comes right here, Mike. Watch him. Huh? Oh.
So close. I heard it. I could have had it.
Might have another shot. Nope.
If you're in the ballpark today, you get a pretty good chance of getting the foul ball. He'll be talking about that the rest of the day. He'll also be watching the game the rest of the day. See if something else comes his way.
Darno's got a couple of steals on the year. Let's see if he goes here. He does. Swing and a miss. It's not going to matter. That ends the inning. Through 3, it's 0-0. And for the Giants, Buster Posey will hit first. Stories. Well, this is a good one. Giants records at the Atlanta ballparks at Fulton County Stadium. Giants are 122 and 135. How about this? 27 walk-off losses. Ouch. Turner Field 28 and 45 with a tie. 12 walk-off losses. However, during postseason, the Giants 2-1 in 02, 2-0 in 2010. 39 walk-off losses here in Atlanta. And Mike and I have been a part of every one of those.
It just feels like it.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1 to Buster Posey. I had no idea it was that many.
It blows my mind.
I guess you try to forget them, and you do. But a few you don't.
A few you can't.
And a quick 0-2 to Buster Posey.
1993, Rod Beck, Fred McGriff. I can't forget that one.
He did it to him in this part too. Posey takes it 1-2. Buster drew a walk in the first. Belt is on deck. Buster stays alive as he pokes this one off the backstop.
And that's his extendo swing right there. Just fight off some fuzz and hope you get a mistake. Giants still trying to recover emotionally from the loss of Hunter Pence, who was DL today with a hamstring injury. You know, I do think there is a period of vulnerability till the lineup redefines itself. You hope right now when a guy like Pence goes out, somebody gets hot. I mean, on fire hot, like 16 hits and 25 at bat hot. Everybody can kind of draw to.
Yeah, assuming like 8 of those 16 leave the park.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Two and 2 to Buster Posey. Belt on deck. Roll foul. If you haven't seen it, this is what it looked like yesterday with Pence going down the line. This was a hit. And then it popped.
He's digging right there, and all of a sudden, immediate red flag. And he could go no further.
Swing and a miss as the bat goes flying. 1 out, second strikeout. Here's Belt. Tell you what, he was down, but you could see he was trying to put on the optimistic face, and a little better today. But there's no one more optimistic than he is.
But I mean, nobody knows an athlete's body better than the athlete, and he knew he was hurt. And then there's the grim realization is that it's going to take a while to get back.
Belt drives it into right center field. Inciarte's not going to get there, and this is going to bounce over the wall for a double. The Giants now 3 innings out of the 4 have had a runner in scoring position, and it's up to them to get a hit.
That's something they've had a problem doing in the previous 3 games of this 4-game set, is setting the table. Not an issue at Coors Field. I mean, it was automatic. It's almost like the inning would start and there'd be a guy at second base. So today they're creating opportunity. You create enough opportunity, sooner or later somebody's going to cash in. I mean, that's the theory.
Crawford popped out to Garcia, the third baseman, in the second inning. And Blair cast the first pitch high. 1-0. On deck, Parker.
Best arm in the outfield's in right field with Jeff Francoeur, but he plays way deep. I mean, he's backed up.
There's a breaky ball for a called strike.
See how far Francoeur is out there in right field. I mean, that's a ways back, but he comes in on a ball better than he goes back.
Slowly hit. It'll be Freeman, and Belt moves to third. And now Parker, who singled in the second inning, will have a shot here with 2 outs in the 4th.
Giants dug out looking for a shot in the arm, something that just uplifts the whole bunch. And the best way to do it, get yourself a 2-out knock that cashes in an RBI, especially for the guy that replaces the guy that got hurt.
Parker stands in. He has one of the 2 hits for the Giants, and this pitch is down low. The conversation that Flowers had with Blair, wondering if it was something to do with you have a couple of bases open. What do you want to do? And he opens up Parker with a curveball in the dirt.
And that may have been the conversation too. Throw this ball below the zone. Don't worry if you bounce it, I'll block it type thing.
Overshift is on. 2-0.
One thing that the National League learned last year in September is that Jared Parker's streaky, and when he gets hot, his home runs come in bunches.
Two balls and 1 strike.
It's almost like he made up his mind to swing at that 2-0 pitch no matter where it was going to be. And that may be how they have Parker scouted, that you don't have to throw him a strike. Keep the ball down below the zone.
Two and two.
Didn't like that.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Out of play. Blanco waiting in the on-deck circle. Blocked by Flowers, 3 and 2. So it has been a lot of softball into Parker.
And steady diet of stuff below the zone. I mean, if it was ever set up to heat a guy up with a fastball across the letters, after looking at all the stuff down below the strike zone, now is the time. And as you pointed out earlier, they've got 2 bases to play with. They don't have to throw him a strike.
Foul off his foot. So pretty good battle. When Parker singled in the second, very much got Aaron Blair and Flowers' attention. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's 0-0.
Right now, it's time for our T-Mobile Baseball. Greater coverage of baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. 2010 NLDS Game 4. Brian Wilson got Melky Cabrera to ground out to Juan Uribe for the last out of the series. The Braves had runners on first and second after 2 Wilson walks, and the Giants would go on to win that ball game 3-2. Just another laugher.
Here's Francoeur. And Francoeur chases the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Yeah, Madison Bumgarner started that game. Let me see what he did. It was just a shade over 21 as this is rolled foul.
And the side story to that was it's the first time that he had ever pitched here at Turner Field against the team that he rooted for as a kid. So he walks into this environment in a playoff situation and it absolutely spins. And the legend of Madison Bumgarner began that night. And he's added to it every playoff season since.
Francoeur out swinging for the second time. This is where the big fella starts to get into a good rhythm. And after that, you can see Bumgarner has had a few more starts. He may start thinking he's going to have to hit a home run himself to win this game.
I think he's already felt that for a while.
And Span is over to put it away. 2 outs.
But for Bumgarner, it doesn't stop there. He thinks he has to hit 2 home runs.
That's true.
And you know what? I don't think there's a pitcher out there alive that wouldn't want to do what Rick Wise did. Rick Wise, the all-time greatest day of any pitcher in baseball history. Why? Because he threw a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs in the same game.
I played with Rick Wise, and I never saw him get a hit.
It was a magical day.
Never got a hit. Of course, he was in the American League.
I first heard about that day, and I thought somebody was messing with me. I said, there's no way.
Bumgarner taking a long time. Flowers hanging in there with him. Tony Cloninger didn't have a bad day. What are you, 2 grand slams?
Yeah, that's.
He didn't pitch a no-hitter though.
You hit 2 triples with bases loaded.
Yeah, man. Spun a 2-hitter.
Well,
Pitch is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's tough when you pick up your monthly RBI total in 1 day.
hey, I've never heard of it before or after.
Well, it did happen before. I don't think it's happened since. 2-2. I mean, I'm at the point now where the guy gets a triple with the bases loaded. I do kind of want him to leave the game. Take him out.
Come on. You had your one moment that was very unique.
Yeah, that's right.
You had a lot of moments, though.
Full count to Tyler Flowers.
But that was a unique day. Plus, you did it at Yankee Stadium.
Out of play.
And that was cool.
Second game of a doubleheader. Got up very early with Rick Waits the morning of that doubleheader because he was singing on the Today Show. So we got to the Today Show at 5:30. On the ground, foul.
Well, I mean, so you should have
started.
You should have started getting up at 5:30 every game then.
No. Hey, look who got it. I hope she got it.
Well, Well, she
Or
deserves
did she
it.
get frightened?
It's all right. Dad will make it better.
3-2.
That's what dads do.
And the walk. So good at bat for Flowers. He battled Bumgarner very well, and now here's Daniel Castro. Sunscreen?
Oh yeah. He's taking care. All right.
I guarantee you that's the last thing Mom said when they left the house.
Don't forget the sunscreen.
Yeah, and we're not talking about just bringing it. Make sure you put it on our child.
I always thought if you brought it and it was in the car, that was as good.
You think that was enough?
Yeah.
No balls and 1 strike. My dad's 91. I don't think he knows what sunscreen is.
Yeah.
Back in those days, on the farm, sunscreen was dust.
Yeah.
Nowadays, hey, you got to have it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's just another thing moms in particular and dads have to worry about with your kids.
One more thing to leave home with. Sunscreen. Well, today is definitely a sunscreen day.
Yep, it is. Down low, 2-2. And think about the stuff that you pack now that 40 years ago when we started to travel in the big leagues. You packed your clothes. Maybe shave, toothbrush, let her rip.
Well, now computer, stereo.
Don't even start. Chargers. Jeez.
You got to have them. Have to have them. What did we? How did we even do it without him?
So much fun. 2-2. Slowly hit, and we'll reset and do it again. 61 pitches for Bumgarner.
Not really an issue. You want to be 60 pitches or less at the end of 4 innings, so he's pretty close to where he should be. There's Albert Suarez, who pitched very well last night. Really was online to get a win, which would have been his first win as a starter. Braves came back.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. As Castro swings at a high fastball. For the Giants, Blanco, Bumgarner, Span, and many others. Save some skin, Dad.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you locally by Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org.
Hey, the Dodgers are going to be back in town for a 3-game series starting on June 10th. The series kicks off on that Friday. And Giants are going to give away orange rally rags to the first 30,000 fans. And that's going to be courtesy of Macy's. Note the special game time. Saturday is 4:15. Sunday at 5:30. So if you got tickets, check your tickets. And if you don't, then go to sfgiants.com/tickets. Dodgers back already. And that'll be on the next homestand.
Weekend series, right?
Yep. Blanco to hit first. Giants have 2 days off at home, which should be the first this year.
Now, when you're a West Coast player, you don't get many days off at home. Those are usually travel days.
Now, the Monday day off, the Giants will be in the air at the start of that day off after they depart St. Louis.
Yeah, you should get to bed around 4 in the morning.
2 balls and 1 strike.
The thing about it is, when you're a ball player and you've got young children, I mean, you get into bed at 4. Well, guess what? 7 o'clock, the kids get up.
They want to see the old man.
Yeah, they do. Haven't seen him in 10 days.
3-1 to Blanco.
That's all right. That forces you to learn how to sleep on the plane as a ball player that is a young father.
So a leadoff walk. That'll be the second time that's happened for the Giants. Span led off the game with a walk. And now Bruce Bochy has to decide what he wants to do with Madison Bumgarner.
Well, the way that Blair's been putting the ball on the ground, it leads you to believe he would probably give him the bunt sign, at least on the first pitch. A lot of managers give a good hitting pitcher a bunt sign on the first pitch. If they don't get it down, they'll pull it off the second pitch, thinking that the guy's going to throw a fastball, which is what you're taught to do. Throw fastballs high in bunt situations because that's the hardest pitch to bunt.
Bumgarner hits it high, hits it deep. It is out of here. And there's your bunt sign. I'm watching Freddie Freeman. He can't believe it. Everybody here on defense stunned except Jeff Francoeur. What did we say that he was thinking he might have to do?
Pitch a shutout, hit a home run. You do that, you can't lose. He may hit another one. Now they're looking for a little jolt of energy, and Bumgarner just gave it to him. That dugout is officially lit up.
Second home run of the year. He's now got 5 RBIs, and here's Span. And Span looks at a strike. I guess if you're Blair, you're thinking maybe he's going to bunt, so you lay it in there,
Well,
right?
yeah, high fastball. That's what you're taught.
Span pokes this one down the left field line, and it is going to be foul and out of play.
Let's take a look at how good that fastball was to hit. All right, bunt situation, and that, folks, is right where he likes them. Middle in, right above the knee. Bada boom. Now watch 6'5", 255-pounder get all of it. And this was our view of it. High, the way my partner likes to have them to make a call.
Look how far that went back.
Good call, by the way.
We lost it out of our shot.
Well,
it went over the Delta sign. Smokes.
Yep.
It's never first time ever on the last day the Giants are in this park.
It just seemed like it went over.
It seemed like that. We're exaggerating. Not enough sleep. 2-2 to Span. He's got 13 home runs. That's where he stands.
Freddie Fitzsimmons tied Clint Hartung, 14, Hal Schumacher, Johnny Antonelli. And when it's all said and done, he will rewrite it.
Hit on the ground, foul. Joe Panik on deck. And the walk.
Fourth walk issued by Aaron Blair. And with that, you're starting to see some movement down around the Braves bullpen. So Roger McDowell, the pitching coach for the Braves, going to come out and just sort of stall for time.
He's the best, McDowell.
He's the fastest out to the mound from the dugout.
That's what I meant.
No doubt about it. Message here is got to get hurt early. Can't be pitching from behind. Let's go. You know the deal. And very quickly, Eric O'Flaherty starts getting up and tossing.
Panik has popped up and he's bounced out to Freeman. See if Span goes. He stole a bag in the first. This is hit high and deep to right. Francoeur back. It is out of here. And the Giants lead 4-0. So that's your theme. Walk, home run. Walk, home run.
Well, the message from McDowell is challenge somebody and get ahead early. All of a sudden is backed up against him. Going to get ahead, strike one, and boy, he lays it right in there at the belt. I mean, he hasn't made many fat mistakes in the strike zone the whole entire game until this inning, and he's made two. And to the Giants' credit, they have not missed him. And for Panik, home run number 6.
There's a strike. Well, the other thing about this, and look, Bumgarner's, he's as good a teammate as you're going to get. He would never ever say anything like, well, that's how you do it. But if you're the offense, you're going, really, we got to do something.
They just needed an igniter. I still think that they were just kind of stunned because of the injury to Pence last night. I mean, we saw it happen a few years ago when Buster Posey had his horrific ankle injury.
Well, yeah, you're almost in mourning.
And it's kind of how you felt. I mean, it was a very quiet clubhouse today.
Very quiet. The fact that it's a short night, that has something to do with it. Out of play. Buster Posey on deck. Look out. That hit Stuffy on the left shoulder.
A breaking ball.
Well, that's the 5th straight Giants that is reached. And everybody's just kind of looking in the dugout,
including Aaron Blair.
So I'm not sure if this is a call into the clubhouse to see if they're looking at a replay or the bullpen. Did they not think Duffy got hit?
Well, if they're talking to the bullpen, usually it's going to be Roger McDowell talking to him. That was Terry Pendleton, who's the bench coach. So I do believe that they were seeing if the ball perhaps had hit
the bat first.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I could think of.
Here's Posey, Buster Posey, 0 for 1. Buster hits one high, hits it deep. It is out of here. The 3rd one of the inning, and it's 6-0. And the Giants fans that are here are letting it be known. Buster laying in the weeds.
I've never seen that before. 3rd one in a row, and look at the mistake. They set an outside target. It goes middle in right at the belt. Another location mistake that was fat, and Posey stays inside it. Home run number 8. 3 2-run homers in a row. There's still nobody out.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up in Repair Experts. Giants, there's the igniter. And Bump's trying to explain to Johnny Cueto that I hit my ball further than Buster Posey's.
You know, that is not that far-fetched, believe me.
So you see that 1995 sign where they won the World Series? I hit it over that.
So new pitcher now for Atlanta is going to be the left-hander Eric O'Flaherty. 25th game that he has come into. 12 strikeouts against 4 walks and 15 2/3. He's a low 90s fastball and a slider guy.
Belt takes a strike. Hard to explain this inning.
All 3 home runs were on the first pitch. Bumgarner, Panic, Posey, all after free passes. 2 walks and a hit batsman. I have never seen that.
One pitch to Brandon Belt.
Well, I mean, it really was kind of an awakening, the alarm clock that went off with the home run off the bat of Bumgarner. And just something as simple as that. I mean, you can get everybody going and you can take a little pressure off.
Good pitch, 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2.
That's the veteran move if you're Eric O'Flaherty, who is a veteran. He just threw a scud with a fastball and immediately looked at the mound as if it was the mound's fault.
Three balls and 2 strikes. I'm laughing at myself. I told you guys a story yesterday. Made an error in Cleveland and they had a grounds crew there, the Bossard brothers, and there's a whole family, and they're still sprinkled around the major leagues. But I told a reporter that I got a bad hop. And Emil Bossard, who was about 90, came up to me the next day and he said, Johnny Temple never said you got a bad hop. Well, Eric O'Flaherty, Steve Smoltz never said it was a bad mound. Or John.
Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Greg Mannix, they never had a problem with the mound.
Johnny Temple. God, who would have thought that Emil Bossard would have thrown out Johnny Temple? Here's Crawford. Those guys were pretty sensitive in those days about their fields.
No, I think they still are.
On the ground. Diving is Castro. He cannot make the play. Belt beats it. And the guy that's really thrilled about that is Crawford because he gets a hit.
Well, we're going to assume that he gets a hit. He should get a hit.
Yeah, the guy said hit.
Did he? Oh, okay, good. To the backhand. It would have been a nice play by Darno, or Castro rather, had he been able to make it. And he almost wound up doing it, staying with it. But right here, once he loses the grip, no chance.
I'm telling you, those size 16s come in handy.
They do.
Here's Parker.
Hit the wandering big toe, can find the bag.
Parker takes a call strike. 8 Giants hitters have reached in a row. There is nobody out, and the guy that started out the inning is on deck. We've had 1, 2, 3 walks and a hit batter. 3 home runs and an infield hit. And Parker shoots this one on the ground, and this may be a pair, and it is. On the play, Belt goes to third. And here's Gregor Blanco. Blanco 0 for 1. A strikeout and then the walk to open up this inning. Up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Wide, 2-0. Bumgarner's on deck. Swing and a miss. Blanco taking advantage of the 2-0 count.
Well, if a guy puts himself in a 2-0 hole, it's your birthright to have a pretty aggressive hack at a 2-0 strike, especially with a fastball. Get after it.
Center field. Ciarte's going to get there. And that'll end the inning. 3 2-run home runs. Bumgarner, bye-bye baby. Panic, bye-bye baby. And then Buster Posey, bye-bye baby. 6-0 Giants.
Echo quote. This comes from the Sharks captain Joe Pavelski on the loss last night in overtime. We played better. It was good to see the guys get one there and force overtime. We really felt like it was going to be our turn. And it turned out it was not. However, they do return to the tank on Saturday for Game 3, and we wish them all the best and let them know that we are watching. And all of us in the Giants organization wish you nothing but the best. Bumgarner now, as he faces Kelly Johnson pinch hitting. And very quickly it's 2-0.
And then Malik Smith, who's on deck. This is popped up. Shallow right field. Panic telling Parker, I got this one, and he does. One out. Breaking ball to Smith and a call strike.
Yeah, that's a good curveball right there. I mean, it's been since about the third start of the year that he's really been able to command all of his pitches.
Swing and a miss, nothing in 2.
At the start of the year, it was the fastball that was very difficult for him to control. And there were times that the best pitch he had to get over the plate when he needed to make a pitch was his cutter. But after about 3 starts, he locked it in. He's gotten better with everything ever since.
This is fouled out of play. Look out. That one sneaking up on some people in that second deck.
When Bumgarner's got it going with that fastball, he'll go inside outside with it at the knees, and then he'll elevate across the letters. And consistently he'll plant that fastball in the hands of right-handed hitters with that natural cut to it. been his strength from the low three-quarter release since the day he got to this league.
Stays alive. Big fella's going to lead things off for the Giants in the 6th. Curveball, got him. Strikeout number 6.
Now, that was one that started right off the left hip of Alex Smith. He thought this thing was inside. It's tough to hang in there. Definitely a pitcher strike. But the way that Bumgarner has pounded that strike zone all day long, you know, you're going to get a few more. It's in that mind of that umpire that there are strikes coming. He starts looking for them.
Strike to Inciarte. He's 0 for 2. Swing. Get a miss. Another again 2. Got him, and that'll end the inning. 7 strikeouts. Bumgarner to lead things off. 6-0 Giants. TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD, and you can do it on over 400 supported devices, and it includes a free subscription to At Bat Premium. Visit MLB.tv for details. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
So on the hill now for the Atlanta Braves will be one of their own, Ryan Weber. This is the 4th time that he's come up since being called up, and he's been hit around. I mean, that's 15 hits, allowed 7 2/3. Doesn't walk anybody. He's a 4-pitch guy. You see low 90s fastball with 2 types of movement: curveball, slider, changeup. He was a 22nd round pick for the Braves back in 2009, and he has come up and not missed any level of their organization.
Bumgarner homered in the 5th. It's a healthy conversation with Tyler Flowers. 1 ball and no strikes. Outside corner. Span to follow and then panic. Curveball and it's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. On the ground and it's right there for d'Arnaud. Bumgarner retired. 1 out. Again, if you miss Bumgarner's home run, he got every ounce of it.
It was just.
And you see, you don't see it land there, but we're telling you it went over the Delta Sun.
It was a moonshot. I mean, it was far, but it was high and far. And that got the Giants on the board. It was a 0-0 ball game going into the top of the 5th prior to that swing of the bat. After that, the Giants released the hounds.
Span followed the home run with a walk, and then he scored on Panic's home run.
It's great watching that conversation with Tyler Flowers, the catcher for the Braves, and Bumgarner. Did that bother you when a catcher had a big conversation with you?
Oh, I didn't. I've rarely responded to catchers. Because I knew that if they had a chance to clean my clock at second, they would do it.
Or plant you at home plate.
Yeah, they're big chopper to third. Garcia juggles it, recovers, throws, and they throws out Span.
Nice play.
All right, look in the center of your screen. We're going to show you where it did land. Right there.
So it was about a dozen rows up.
Yeah, it was short of the Delta, but it just sounds better when you say over the Delta.
Well, the way it left the bat.
See, over that.
And the exit angle.
I thought it did. No, it was headed to 1995. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is true.
All those flags that they have posted in left field, and that's the one where they won the World Championship in 1995. They beat the Indians. Panic down the left field line. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of sad. All those great teams, they only won 1 World Championship.
With those pitchers, yeah, it just didn't figure. I mean, they were just locked in every year. They were going to the playoffs. But, I mean, that's baseball.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know what you're running into.
I mean, when you think about the Giants run, this is bounced to second. d'Arnaud kicks it, and they got him. The Giants run, in the 3 years they won the World Championship, never lost a series. How about that? Wotus is going to take a look at it. And you make the call on this one.
It's pretty close. You might take a look at it.
Yeah, why not? It's Bumgarner's out on the mound. He wants to pitch. I bet they take a look at it. No, they're not. Never mind. What am I doing here?
Never mind.
Bottom of the 6th coming up.
on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Giants here in Atlanta. They lead 6-0. This is Darno, who's 2 for 2.
Chase Darno, brother Travis Darno with the New York Mets.
Pulled on the ground, foul. Bumgarner play the outfield?
He could. Between starts?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, he did it in high school.
Any American League team on the road coming up?
DH?
It would be tempting, though, wouldn't it?
Hey, I don't think Bruce Bochy would have to make that much of an excuse to justify it. Come on, he's a Silver Slugger Award winner.
Home run hitting contest?
Now you're cooking with gas. That I could totally see.
Got him.
You know, the other thing too about home run derby contests is guys get tired in them. Bumgarner, he didn't get tired.
Yeah, he can go for 3 days.
You got a grove of trees you need knocking down in the backyard, call him. And he won't sit down till they're all knocked down.
Freddie Freeman doubled in the first, struck out in the third. This is lifted deep, and now Blanco puts it away.
1 pitch, 1 out.
We have to mention that good luck to the Warriors tonight. And also, we're not down on the Sharks at all.
No way. Get home Saturday, back in the tank. They'll be fine. Didn't worry about the Warriors down 3-1. We're not going to worry about the Sharks down 2-0.
Francoeur on a check swing, fouls it back 0-1.
Just a gut check, though. Makes you better.
How do you think that energy level is going to be at Oracle?
Well,
Goodness.
Already.
0-1 pitch to Francoeur. Francoeur has struck out twice. Remember, these two guys, we had a shot of them. Maybe it was game 2. Bumgarner and Francoeur visiting behind the batting cage. Francoeur was with the Giants for about half a season, maybe a little less than that. And right now, Bumgarner is getting the best of Francoeur. Got him. 9 strikeouts for Bumgarner. 7th inning coming up. Get home Tuesday and Wednesday. The Red Sox are in town. It's a 2-game series. And you enjoy big savings to see David Ortiz. $34 tickets in honor of number 34 in his last regular season visit to our park. Enter Big Papi at checkout, and you can save on tickets to this battle of the Red Sox and the Gigantes. No DH, by the way, in that series, as you know. Here's Duffy. Probably see Big Papi play a little first base in that series.
Yeah, no doubt. I still think he needs to reconsider about this retirement thing.
I think he will. We'll have a talk with him on Tuesday.
Give him our 2 cents worth. But I think, like you said yesterday, once you tell Big Papi that he can keep all the presents and he doesn't have to retire, I mean, he may reconsider.
Keep the gifts, but keep playing.
Yeah.
See that graphic? 2007. This is hit on the ground, and it's d'Arnaud from the outfield grass.
Well, take a look at the 3 guys that hit the multi-home runs. Benji Molina hit 2 of them. One off Oliver Perez, the other one off Lino Urdaneta. Rich Aurelio got Oliver Perez. Today it was Bumgarner, Panik, and Posey, all on the first pitch of their at bat.
So here's Buster facing Weber. Ryan Weber. Yeah, that's first time in franchise history, 3 2-run home runs. Posey gets a breaking ball and he rolls it foul. So in a historic inning on the last day that the Giants will play a game in this park.
Yeah, there you go.
That is not Steph Curry, by the way.
How can you tell?
Because he has a game tonight in Oakland.
I'm with you.
Posey loses his bat again as he goes down swinging. First strikeout for Weber. Here's Belt. Belt's got a double and a walk. He's 1 for 2. There's going to be some tired ball players on this flight tonight, and it's not a long flight to St. Louis, only about an hour. But they'll be happy to get there, get off their feet, watch a basketball game, maybe have some dinner. Maybe not all in that order, but
well, you know, though, you get there early and you have a night off and a whole day off tomorrow. I mean, that's a Norm Sherry day off.
Right. Overshift is on for Belt, and he takes a strike. It's 1 and 2.
She's psyched. Oh yeah. Representing.
Down the line, foul.
Plus, you know, the greatest thing about the Giants-Dodgers, the rivalry is great. If you're a tired team, once you play each other, it's gone. Well, you say the same thing about the Cardinals-Giants. That's the same type of energy in the series. You walk on that field in St. Louis, you're going to get energized.
Belt on the right field line. This is a fair ball. And he's going to pick up his second double of the game. Stay hot, Brandon Belt. And Crawford will hit with 2 outs.
just dropped the bat head and covered the inside location. They set an outside target, so Weber misses his location completely, and Brandon Belt just smothers it. He's been hot. At the start of this road trip, in the first game in Denver, Brandon Belt was hitting 276. And after that swing of the bat, he's hitting 306. It gives you an idea how hot he's been on this road trip.
Yeah, he is a streaky hitter. He's more of a streaky home run hitter. He's bounced foul off the bat of Brandon Crawford. 1 for 3. Giants with a 6-run 5th inning. If you miss that half inning, it's 0-0. In tight.
Well, it does say something good about your offense, though. You know, you can have 7 innings of 0, and then 1 inning you put a 6 spot up there. I mean, that's a good quality to have. Look out. Ball came off the backstop, almost landed on Crawford. Giants with 7 base hits today, 5 of which have been extra base hits, 2 doubles, 3 home runs. And that's a dangerous offense when you can do that.
Crawford gets jammed. Crawford beats it out. And that'll be a base hit for Crawford, his 2nd infield hit. He'll take it.
Absolutely, he'll take it. That bat was a good soldier right there. Just completely gets jammed with it. And once it gets past Weber, it was going to be a tough play for d'Arnaud.
I think that one, if you can, you have to barehand it.
That would have been his only chance. Comes in, tries to make the exchange. I mean, that's another 2 steps. And in the end, that was the difference of the play.
Parker's going to hit with 2 outs and 2 aboard. Belt at third. Crawford at first. Parker takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Parker takes another strike.
Guess wrong twice. Look fastball first pitch, look breaking ball second pitch.
Crawford hits a little dribbler that Weber will field and throw, and that'll end the inning. Giants with a couple of hits. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Garcia will lead things off. Bumgarner with 9 strikeouts.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Giants with a 6-0 lead. Garcia, Flowers, and Castro. One walk for Bumgarner. He walked Flowers in the 4th. And he has struck out 9. This is popped into right field. Could be trouble. Belt giving chase, but not for Brandon Belt as he puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nice play. Go a long way.
I think Brandon Belt during day games is playing much better during day games now that he's got a young child at home.
I agree with you. I mean, early in his career, he was a guy that needed his 10 or 12 hours of sleep. Now, with a young child, you don't get those 10 to 12. So you get more acclimated towards the day.
You get up when the child gets up.
That's right. So 2 doubles. Picked it clean at first base. That was a nice play. Proof positive.
He might actually agree with you. The thing about Brandon Belt is he's very quiet, but once you get engaged in conversation with him, he's funny, great personality.
Well, and
he will one-liner back at you.
He and his wife Haley, who've known each other in high school, I mean they're a pretty good team, and she is his biggest audience, and he'll start making cracks, and it floors her.
He's quick.
Yeah, they're fun to be around.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Good curveball. Curveball, he has to use it in today's game as much as he has in the last 3 or 4 games, but when he's used it, it's been very good. I mean, he's got a changeup, and he throws it like once or twice every 3 games. But when he throws it, it's a good one. I mean, it's in there.
And it's high. 3 and 2. I almost played umpire there.
Well, Bumgarner did. He thought that was strike 3. So the next pitch that he will be throwing will be number 90 on the day.
Got him. Strikeout number 10. Ten strikeouts or more for Bumgarner. He's now got 28. He's creeping up on Tim Lincecum. Yeah, that isn't SF Giants history. That's franchise history.
Well, in those previous 27 games, when he strikes out 10 or more, the Giants are 25 and 2.
Here's a base hit for Daniel Castro. Should tell everybody that you will not be in St. Louis. Mike is going to take a little R&R over the weekend. You will be missed.
Going on assignment.
I will hit the casinos without you. You're such a casino guy. Here's Brandon Snyder. And he takes a strike. I say that kiddingly because the only thing Mike does is he gets people in the casino and then he leaves.
Well, hey.
No, look, you can spin it any way you want, but that's what happens. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's as if you're running out of meal money, you want everybody else to be out as well.
Well, hey, there is comfort in that. That's why I moved to Reno. That's what I'll be doing when I retire.
Or maybe this weekend. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Snyder's contract selected from AAA earlier today. He's hitting .325.
Yeah, Giants fans, I mean, obviously concerned about Hunter Pence, who left the ball game last night. It had to be DL with a hamstring injury. It happened with Gordon Beckham, who was the starting shortstop last night for the Braves. He had a hamstring injury and he DL'd.
Yeah, I said to you with Joe Panic going down the line, here's the Beckham injury. So he pulled up lane. That Panic really wasn't gunning it as hard as he could. And I'm very much okay with that given what's going on.
Well, this is around the league. I mean, we saw the San Diego Padres earlier in May, and they had about 10 guys on the DL, 5 of which had hamstring injuries. This epidemic around baseball. Starts to get hot.
Snyder in a battle with Bumgarner. Snyder's had big league time. He's got 36 hits in the big leagues. But a lot of years in the minor leagues. And Bumgarner gets him to end the inning. 11 strikeouts. Blanco's going to lead things off. Bumgarner another at bat. It's 6-0 Giants. Game summary and is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. No score, headed to the 5th, and then the Giants hit 3 two-run home runs, led by Bumgarner, who hit the first one. He's also been fabulous on the mound. He's got 11 strikeouts, 98 pitches. Aaron Blair was going well until that 6th, or until that 5th. It's 6-0 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
So Alexio Gondo, the new pitcher now for Atlanta. We saw him in last night's ball game. He's a mid-90s thrower. He's got a curveball, slider, and changeup. 22 strikeouts in 23 innings. Just the 14 walks. He just doesn't have quite the command that Braves are looking for. Tall guy, 6'4", but with a short arm release. He's not a guy that has high arc with his arm angle. He doesn't really get up high where he lets the ball go.
Blanco down the left field line and out of play. Gregor 0 for 2 in that 5th inning. He opened up the inning with a walk, and then he ended the inning with a fly ball to center. Blanco skies one to right. Francoeur drifting back. And the Braves outfielder will make the catch. 1 out. Here's Bumgarner. Bumgarner 1 for 3, hit the long home run in the 5th. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Span to follow. Bumgarner skies this one to right, and that'll be out of play.
Madison Bumgarner talking it over with Bam Bam Eulands, the Giants hitting instructor, and there's a book on every pitcher. So Bumgarner wants to know what's Ogando got. What am I going to see? Give me a plan. Bam Bam, look fastball.
Outside, 1-2.
And to Ogando's credit, he gave him a couple to start the at bat off.
Got him. 2 down. Good healthy rip, and that'll bring up Span. Span has walked twice. He was on base when Panic hit the home run. And he looks at a pitch high, 1 ball and no strikes. Panic would hit if Span reaches here in the 8th. Span should get something to hit here. It's 2-0. He chops it to second. Darno on to Freeman, and that will end the inning. So Ogando with a 1-2-3 8th. It remains 6-0 Giants. Warriors playoff central, and the Warriors and Cavs will be tonight in game 1. That coverage will begin at 4:30 right here on CSN Bay Area. Bumgarner to Malik Smith. No balls and 1 strike. Smith popped out, and then Bumgarner got him looking in the 5th inning. Out of play. I've got 3 strikeouts looking. Is that what you have?
I've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 swing throughs. 8 swing and miss strike threes. 100 pitchers into it.
Warriors.
He's feeling it. So are we, as a matter of fact.
Outside, 1 and 2.
Nice 0-2 pitch.
Two and 2. Inciarte to follow, and then d'Arnaud.
Pressure on Bumgarner today was, there was a lot of things weighing on his shoulders as he took the ball. Number 1, he had to stop a losing streak.
Yep.
And number 2, I mean, he had to put some early zeros on the board to kind of relax his offense because they really had been pressing. He had to take a little pressure off his bullpen, and I mean, he's.
Well, yeah, plus the loss last night, just not an ordinary loss. 3 and 2, and that's ball 4. Bumgarner not happy with himself.
Yeah, one thing you learn about a ballpark where it's kind of empty like it is today, when you scream something out there, it gets heard. When you're back at AT&T, because it's constant buzz of 41,000 people, you can say whatever you want. Nobody hears anything. He's not used to this.
Inciarte 0 for 3. On the ground to Duffy. Duffy will go to second. That's 1. And fairly close at first. And I'm actually surprised by that.
Well, you're right. Given the speed of Inciarte, I mean, you didn't think that they were, and Malik Smith for that matter. I mean, I didn't think that Joe Panik was going to be able to get a throw off at second base because Smith's breathing down his neck, but indeed he does, and they almost back ends Inciarte. That would have been miraculous.
And this is the hardest throw to take if you're a second baseman because it's so low to the ground, but Panik did a really nice job.
Well, the new rule helps him
a little bit, where they can't just wear you out at second. Here's d'Arnaud, and that's just a little high, and that'll be a wild pitch.
I hope he's all right.
Just make sure that Bumgarner's okay.
Yeah, he's smiling. So you can laugh about it. I mean, usually you see a guy who's been cruising around pinpoint control all day throwing like that, you're thinking, uh-oh, what happened? Well, it just slipped out. And it is laughable now, and they'll get a little mileage out of that as they get on the plane, I'm sure.
That's the opposite of an AFL pitch.
Yeah, that is the mega scud. I'm speechless. How can you call that a wild pitch?
There's a called strike to d'Arnaud.
And then he paints you right across the knees. See? Hunter Strickland up.
One out, 1 on. And the 1-1. Hit on the ground to Crawford. And because d'Arnaud runs so well, that one ate Crawford up.
Well, I do know one thing. There is not one infielder that has a Giants uniform on that's going to mourn leaving this ballpark, because they have all said that this infield is very, very tough.
Yeah, you know what you do, Mike, when you're an infielder and you play on one of these? See, that ball just came up and hit him on the throwing thumb. is you start checking the boxes as to how many more innings you got left on this infield. And Crawford he's like he's 1 inning away.
He's still rubbing his right hand. That caught him flush on the skin.
I mean, this infield is just, it's been deemed horrible by the Braves infielders and by all visiting infielders.
Well, and even the coaches talking about it, and they don't usually complain a whole lot, simply because, I mean, if a coach complains, then all of a sudden 5 ball players complain. So coaches kind of suppress something that a harsh criticism of an infield. But it's been something that's been talked about.
Yeah, this reminds me of when the Brewers used to play in Sun City spring training. Oh my goodness.
Parking lot hard. Oh, it reminds me of Atlanta when they had the crushed brick.
Yeah. Foul back, 1-2. I suppose he wanted that pitch up, and that's where Bumgarner threw it.
Eleven strikeouts already on the day. It's hard not to think strikeout when you got 11 under your belt and you got a guy in a 2-strike count. And you do at some point start pitching for him.
Belt will give ground on this and then rush over to get the out. Belt thought about he likes to throw, so that's not unusual. But Bruce Bochy's coming out, so that's going to be it. Both runners advance. Giants fans giving Bumgarner a great ovation behind the Giants dugout. But it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Tomorrow night for our next broadcast, it'll be the Giants and the Cardinals. Pregame live at 4:30. We'll have the game for you right at 5, right here on CSN Bay Area. The pitching matchup in that game, I believe it's Adam Wainwright against Johnny Cueto. A couple of pretty good right-handers tomorrow night. Strickland to face Francoeur with runners at second and third and 2 outs.
See the numbers for Strickland, 24th game he's come into.
Outside corner strike, and it's 0-1. Tap foul. I got Buster Posey on the foot. It's no balls and 2 strikes. A long night last night for Buster Posey. He'll sleep well tonight.
It's kind of the life of a catcher.
Yep. Ooh, 98 taken by Francoeur.
Crossfire 98. And he nailed down that outside corner. See the wide target. Posey doesn't move that glove. That's a strike.
Panic on a tough play. Got him. Very nicely done on the backhand behind the bag at second. 9th inning coming up.
Player of the game brought to you by Honda. Madison Bumgarner has been that guy, an 11 strikeout performance. He got 2 in the first with Francoeur and Garcia. He gets Freeman in the 3rd. He gets Francoeur. He gets Castro. Then it's on to the 5th where he gets Inciarte and he gets Smith. And then it's over to Darno, Francoeur, Flowers. It was awesome. And Snyder was his 11th, and not only that, he hit a 2-run homer. He's our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
Hey, good job. You're right on the dot with everyone. As Panic takes low.
I think I got 2 right.
Kind of.
That's all right.
One ball and no strikes to Joe Panic. He homered in the 5th. He pops this one up out to left field. Actually in foul territory down the left field line. 1 out.
Now the other reason that he was player of the game was this was the first runs the Giants put on the board. Aaron Blair cruising in 5th inning. He has a walk ahead of Bumgarner and he unloads for a 2nd home run of the year. And all in all, I mean, like the old saying is, you pitch shutout, hit a home run, you can't lose. That's kind of how it's gone.
Here's Duffy. Duffy 0 for 3. Cubs and Dodgers are underway. That game in the second inning. No score. And Duffy watches that one go by, and it's a called strike. Duffy shoots it into center field, and making a diving catch is Inciarte, and Duffy, I'm sure, just, come on, I need this hit.
You know, all you can do is keep having good approach. Trust the process. That's where he's at right now. I mean, he's doing a lot of things right, hitting the ball hard, and he's just finding gloves. And Alexi Ogando appreciates the effort from Ender and Ciarte. That was a good play. That was a knuckleball.
Buster Posey 1 for 3. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Posey shoots it up the middle, and it's backhanded by Darno, and that'll end the inning. So a couple of balls hit hard. Giants get nothing to show for it. We will go to the bottom of the ninth. Nothing lead for the Giants here in the bottom of the ninth inning. A couple of changes for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Here you see Chris Stratton. He's going to try to get the last 3 outs in this game.
Stratton primarily a starter. That's what he did at Sacramento, 5-4 with a 6.02 ERA. What we saw from Stratton when we saw him make his debut, it was a good fastball that was mid to low 90s. More mids than lows, and a nice feel with a curveball slider changeup combination. Monday he comes in, gets 3 outs, 2 of which he got by strikeout. See ya. That's a good curveball. And his family members in attendance were digging it, as they should.
Here's Garcia, who takes down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Flowers, and then Castro. Cubs have scored a couple of runs. They lead the Dodgers 2-0. On the ground, and it's Joe Panik to his left.
Just another unnatural hop.
I'm telling you, they're counting the outs.
Does a bad infield stay with you for a while?
Yeah, it does. You're always worried that it's creating bad habits. Here's a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Belt off the line at first. And Flowers swings and misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Out of play.
The thing about Stratton, I mean, you don't worry about him throwing strikes.
I know what you're going to miss here, Mike.
What's that?
That camera guy right above the hitting line.
You think?
Right where you look over the pitcher and hitter.
I do like that configuration. I mean, I liked it in Denver. I like it here. I believe that when SunTrust Field gets finished, you'll probably have that same look. It's not directly over. It's a little bit to the side. It's a little different look that you get with the one at Coors Field. But I think it really gives you a different perspective.
Right.
As a viewer.
The dynamics, like at our park, you can't do it because of where the scoreboard is. But here, it's great.
There's the good one. And this is the other one that is more traditional, what you're used to seeing. It's pleasing to the eye.
And that's tapped foul. Yeah, well, an example of what we're talking about, the spot where that cameraman is that Mike circled. If it was at AT&T Park, that would be right in the middle of the Jumbotron screen. That probably wouldn't work.
No.
Curveball, got him. Flowers thought it was high.
Well, curveball for the payoff pitch. He may have a point, but hey, down 6-0, 2 strike, you got to protect.
Here's Castro. And Castro takes a pitch down low. Castro got a single off of Bumgarner in the 7th. Here he takes up and in. 2 balls, no strikes.
Stratton, a former first-round pick by the Giants out of Mississippi State.
And he pours in a strike. Easy 90, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Just throw at a speed that you can command. Up 6-0, no time to start walking people.
Well, AJ Pierzynski's going to get a chance to hit.
I think I totally jinxed Stratton when I was talking about him being a strike throwing machine.
Yeah.
My bad. I'll have to let him know I cost him a walk. I think too, there was a 40% chance of rain today. We haven't seen it happen. Maybe later.
1-0 to Pierzynski. And a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. I have to say that this is probably close to the end of the line for A.J. Pierzynski. He's had a really nice career. Duffy over by the stands. Duffy makes the catch, and that's the ball game. And that'll do it for the Giants here in this ballpark. And they finish it off by winning today behind Madison Bumgarner.
Well, Bumgarner was fantastic. It was a big league stop job, and he also gave him a shot in the arm to get going offensively. But it is a nice way for the Giants to say goodbye to Turner Field, a ballpark that has not really been that kind to him historically. But today, it was their turn, and Madison Bumgarner was stellar.
37 lifetime walk-offs. I mean, not that friendly?
Yeah.
Not today. Final score here at Turner Field for the last time. Giants 6, Braves nothing. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right now.